of saying it though is ADD. They taught us that meant something else. Attention down, a little higher dimension. They taught us that meant something else, didn't they? They were saying, oh, the kid's got ADD. Actually, the kid just wanted to add in superfoods instead of yoo-hoo. Whenever you hear that word, add, ADD, what does that mean? That's right, add superfoods. You can do it at any time, anywhere, any hour, as much as you want, with whom you want. Now, you'll have the days where, I remember my friend Steve Adler, he's the guy I do Sacred Chocolate with over here. By the way, you guys want some free food? Yeah! Can we get a couple of those chocolates over here so I can... Okay, let's do some Pacific Paradises. This is my friend Aaron Sojourner, who works with Robert Tennessee Stevens in conscious language. Okay, we're going to give out a few of these. Anyway, my friend Steve Adler, I first turned him on to cacao years ago, and he decided he was going to figure out a way to flip the cacao bean inside out and cold process chocolate to get the melt in your mouth phenomenon that we all love about chocolate without heating the chocolate. And volcanoes, chocolate volcanoes under his bed that caused his wife to move out of the house, and stuff like that was going on, but eventually cracked it. And we're just gonna pass those around. So thank you. I love feeding the people in the front row. I do bite. And what Steve and I have been doing is actually just working on this project. And Chad, because he's a local, where our chocolate factory is, we became really good friends. Because I met Chad in New York about 6 years ago. And then a number of years ago, Chad said, dude, this chocolate's good. So we started doing little exchanges for chocolate. Next thing you know, it became part of the Elements for Life opportunities, putting in this chocolate in there. And this stuff's going, isn't it, Chad? It's flying. And what's going on here is that we actually accidentally cracked into something, and that is that melt in your mouth phenomenon. And you're sensing it right now. It's like it goes off completely clean. There's no speed bumps. We didn't have to use Band-Aids like they use in Switzerland, like they use in Holland, like they used in Belgium to try to cover up those weird bumps that were in the melt in your mouth because of the cooking. See, they never looked at the obvious. You just don't cook it. You don't heat it. You just leave it as it is. It's amazing, actually. I'm going to put a little thing in here, and that is the great breakthroughs of the future are going to be the obvious. We went totally deep into massive sophistication, and now we're looking at basic assumption. We're reevaluating. Here's how it was said. My friend Don Croft, the guy who makes these zappers. You ever seen these zappers? That's a cool little toy. It's a cool little toy. Here's the quote he delivered to me. The Ark was built by amateurs. The Titanic by experts. I'm going to say that again, because if you get that, if you understand that phrase, it will transform your existence. I'm going to say it again. The Ark was built by amateurs. The Titanic by experts. A little simple technology, a simple idea may unfold the whole thing, may break it all wide open. Simply adding in superfoods can be so powerful that it just disassembles all the bad habits, all the challenges, all the addictions, all the whatever. Just breaks it all down right before itself. Why? Because it's totally simple. A complicated solution will not be found to the world's problems. A simple one, very likely. My friend Steve Adler started out with cacao, and when the chocolate volcano blew up under his bed and all that stuff. He just started out, he didn't know what was enough. I mean, he'd take whole bags of cacao, and I remember one time he's in the back seat just chopping them down. We're having this conversation. All of a sudden, it's like, dude, you've had like 6 ounces of cacao. He was like, you've been trying, just going crazy. And it was too much. And he learned what's too much. Because you get feedback immediately. That's what's the powerful thing about live food and living foods and raw foods. You get feedback quickly. Now with pizza, you overeat that, it's like, whoa. It's days later. Days later, I go, oh no. We're all rediscovering who we really are. And we're all rediscovering actually that if we are truly noble beings, then noble food is what we should eat. And that food does matter. Has anyone seen Food Matters? This documentary is doing unbelievable stuff. I mean, it's blowing my mind. People recognize me in airports. The subway. I get recognized in the subway of New York from YouTube. Who here loves YouTube? I have to admit, I get on there, I put punching Gilligan's Island episodes. I can't believe that you got on Gilligan's Island. Remember the mosquitoes? They were the band, they were like the Beatles, but they crash landed on the island. You can get that on YouTube. You can also get other things on YouTube. Punch in certain names. Punch in David Wolf, see what you get. 250 videos on YouTube. I didn't even do that. I don't know what happened. It just suddenly is there. My personal favorite, if you want to have a fun one, is David Wolf on The Bad Drunk. I love you, but you're over at the other party now. How do you deal with the bad drunk? That's like the uncle who's on the couch. We love you, and you now have to be over at the other party. We love you, and you're going to have to stay at the hotel. Isn't that interesting? We're starting to also learn our parameters. Because in our own home, right, certain things, all of a sudden you get turned on, and the kids bring home this, that, and the other thing. It's like, oh, no way, we got all new parameters over here. You can do that over there, and here we do something different. And we make it like a sanctuary, a temple. The body is the temple of the soul. Isn't that interesting? And I always look at it real literally, like the temple right here, like the body is the temple of the soul. What are we putting in our body? Are we really believing that we are holy? And see, these inspirations can be so powerful that in that moment where we're about to go for whatever, we go, no, goji berry, cacao, no, what this, that, marine phytoplankton. Has anybody ever had this marine phytoplankton? Yeah. Can we get a bottle of that? It's like, oh, thank you. Okay, now, here's how we do this. I used to do this, like, okay, everybody, open your mouth, and we go around like this, and go, okay, everybody, and then people go like this. So then we start having people hold their breath. That didn't work. So what we're going to do is just take this thing and put a little drop like that, boom, right there. Okay? And you go like this. This stuff's potent. By the drop. You ready? Who's ready? Yeah. Here we go. We'll start right here. Okay, we'll put more out there. Can we get some goji berries going around?